Hello friends, welcome to the Plant Science Forum. Now in this video, we are going to discuss the types of tissues and in particular, complex permanent types of tissues. Everybody knows that tissues are the group of cells having same origin and together they carry out a similar kind of functions. And the organs, the plant organs, roots, stem and leaves, they are found by grouping various kinds of tissues. In plants, there is a three types of tissue system: epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, and the vascular tissue system. Now these tissues, they are classified on the basis of development, functions, and the type of constituent cell. In this image, you can see three different types of tissue system. Here, the green color indicates the epidermal tissue system, the yellow part indicate a ground tissue system, and the violet blue part indicate the vascular type of tissue system. Now these tissues, as we discussed in the earlier slide, they are classified on the basis of development, function and type of constituent cell. Now on the basis of development, they are meristematic and permanent. In the permanent type, there is a simple permanent and complex permanent. And in this video, we are going to study a complex permanent type of tissues. Complex includes a xylem and phloem. Xylem is not a single type of cell, it is a group of cells, so it is a tissue, and the various components are tracheids, vessels, or you can say trachea, xylem fibers, and xylem parenchyma. In case of phloem, the four components are sieve elements, companion cells, phloem fibers, and phloem parenchyma. Now let's discuss little bit about permanent tissues. They are composed of mature cells. They acquire a different shape, size and function during the course of their life. They are thin-walled permanent tissues. They are living, and if they are thick-walled permanent tissues, they may be living or may be non-living, or you can say they are dead. The primary permanent tissue, they are derived from apical meristem, and secondary permanent tissue, they are derived from lateral meristem. Now these permanent tissue, they are divided into simple and complex. We have already discussed this in previous slide. Now let's come to complex permanent tissues. These complex permanent tissues, they help in transportation of water and organic elements. Water is transported by xylem and the organic elements is nothing but the food is transported by phloem. So these constitute xylem and phloem, and together they form a vascular tissues. You can see a vascular tissue in this image, and they are present in root, stem, petiole, various types of organ for the conduction of water and food material. Now let's talk about the xylem first. Xylem is a heterogeneous tissue because it contains various types of constituent cells. We have already seen the four types. Now again let's discuss. The main function is to transport water and mineral salts. Xylem provides the mechanical support to the plant body. The various constituents of the xylem are tracheids, vessel, fiber and parenchyma. In gymnosperm and pteridophyte, vessels are absent, but tracheids, they are present in all of them. That is pteridophyte, gymnosperm and angiosperm. That's why these three, they are grouped into tracheophyta. Now on the basis of origin of xylem, they may be primary xylem or secondary xylem. Primary xylem derived from procambium, and secondary xylem derived from vascular cambium. Here you can see, this is the diagram of shoot apical meristem. Here you can see the procambium, and this round diagram is of a TS of, you can say, root stem, where the fascicular and interfascicular cambium is shown, and together they constitute a vascular cambium. So this vascular cambium gives a secondary xylem and procambium gives a primary xylem. Now in xylem, let's talk about its one of the first component, that is tracheids. They are elongated lignified cell with tapering gates. In this image, tracheids and vessel both they are shown for the comparison, but in particular we are talking about the tracheids. So these are the tracheids. They are elongated, lignified, and have a tapering end. They are smaller than the vessel. You can see the lumen of vessel is greater as compared to the tracheids. The main function is the conduction of water, but due to hard and thick wall, they also provide a mechanical support to the plant body. They are associated with the vessel element, and the passage of water from the tracheids is facilitated through the border pits. Here you can see the vessel element, they have a big lumen as compared to the small tracheid elements. You can observe these images also. Now let's talk about the vessels, or you can say trachea. They are water conducting and also they provide the mechanical support. They are cylindrical, long, perforated and non-living structure. They are formed by the fusion of several cells from end to end in a row. In gymnosperm, only Nitum and Ephytra, these two genus, they show the presence of vessel. They are higher gymnosperm. Otherwise, pteridophyte and remaining gymnosperm, they don't show the presence of vessels. Walls are lignified. They have wide cavity, or you can say a lumen. In this diagram, you can see this blue color, they are vessels, and green they are tracheids. So vessels have a wide lumen as compared to the tracheids. Now on the basis of distribution and the size of vessel, the plant wood is categorized into two groups: ring porous or diffuse porous. In ring porous, it contains large vessels formed in early and the small vessels in late wood. A diffuse porous, they show the uniform vessels. In the below diagram, you can see the ring porous wood, where you can see a big circle represents the ring porous wood, that is large vessels in early wood and small vessels in late wood, while as the diffuse porous wood shows the uniform vessels. Here you can see a similar size of circles. Now come to xylem fibers. They are sclerenchymatous, also known as wood fiber. They are actually a dead thick wall and have a narrow lumen. They are lignified, and that's why they are best for providing mechanical support. On the basis of thickness, they are labriform fibers, which are thick, longer and simple pits, and other category is the fiber tracheids. This is intermediate between the labriform, which is the first category, and the tracheids, which is a component of xylem. So in between these two, there is a fiber tracheids. In the image, you can see a different category. The first image, which is a red color, just a minute. Here, this represents the labriform fiber, and this represents a fiber tracheids. Now in this image, you can stop the video and observe various type of tissues which are shown. Now let's talk about the xylem parenchyma. They are associated with the xylem, that's why known as xylem parenchyma. They are thin walled, more or less elongated, and they are living cells. They are present in both primary as well as secondary xylem. Radially elongated and help in radial conduction of water. On the basis of distribution, there are of two types: apotracheal and paratracheal. Apotracheal means slightly or no contact with the vessels, and paratracheal means indefinite contact with the vessels. The function is the storage of food and conduction of water. Here you can see how a green part, that is this green, is associated with the xylem element. This is the parenchyma, and here also you can see these are the xylem vessels and the parenchymatous cells which are associated with the xylem element. Now let's talk about the function of xylem. As we already discussed, it is the transport of water and minerals, and in some part they also store the food. They provide the mechanical support, and sometimes tracheid, they are useful in storage of water also. Now let's talk about the other complex permanent type of tissue, that is phloem. It is also heterogeneous type, that means it constitutes of various types of elements. It stores and conducts organic material, or you can say food, or you can say photoassimilates. Photoassimilate means the products of photosynthesis. They consist of sieve elements. Sieve element is again two types: sieve tubes and sieve cells. Another type is the Another components is the companion cell, phloem parenchyma, and the phloem fibers. So these four sieve elements, companion cell, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers, these are the four important constituents of the phloem as a complex permanent tissue. In pteridophyte and gymnosperm, companion cells are absent. Now when we talk about the xylem, in pteridophyte and gymnosperm, vessels is absent. Vessel is only present in two genus, Netum and Ephedra. And in case of phloem, companion cell is absent. Now primary phloem is derived from procambium and secondary phloem is derived from vascular cambium. We have already seen these two. Now on the basis of position, phloem is of three types: external phloem, which occur outside the xylem; internal or intraxillary phloem, which occur inside of xylem; included or intraxillary phloem, which occur within the secondary xylem. So in this diagram you can see the phloem. This is the peripheral side of the structure and this is the center of wood, or you can say root. Here you can see phloem is outside, phloem is inside. So external phloem, internal phloem. This is how you can observe the various category in the image. Now let's talk about the sieve elements. They are conducting elements. Presence of sieve area, that is pits and pore, is evident. They lack nuclei on maturity and are thin walled. That means when they are formed they are living cells, but when they are mature they become a dead cell because of lack of nuclei. Sieve cells, they are narrow, elongated, tapering or inclined. Callus is present in the perforation sieve area but found in lower vascular plants and gymnosperm. You can see here the second category, sieve tubes. They are placed end to end and to form tube, and end walls they are perforated with sieve plates. So this region is known as sieve plates. They are found in angiosperm and associated with the companion cell. This is the LS structure, here you can see, and this is the TS structure where you can see sieve tubes and companion cell and the sieve area. Similar understanding you can get by this image also. Just we have to just stop the video and correlate the diagram with the given text. Now let's talk about the companion cell. Now they are the characteristic tissues of the phloem. They are thin walled, living and have a big nucleus. Only found in the angiosperm. So they are characteristic features of angiosperm. Sieve tubes and companion cell, they are connected by a pit fields. They maintain the pressure gradient in the sieve tubes, and their active site of protein synthesis help in active transport of food through the sieve tubes. You can see the arrangement of companion cell in relation to the sieve elements. So here this yellow arrow, they indicate the companion cell. Now next category is the phloem parenchyma. As you can see in the image, green part is the phloem parenchyma, which is associated with the phloem element. They are dense, cytoplasm, nucleus and about round shape. Main function is the storage of organic food material. Now another category is the phloem fiber. You can say bast fiber or basswood fiber. The elongated cell have a tapering end interlocked with other fibers. They are thick, lignified, arranged parallel to the axis of organ. As they are thick, they are sclerenchymatous and associated with primary and secondary phloem. There is abundant in secondary phloem. Because of their thick lignified nature, they provide strength and rigidity to the organ. In the image you can observe the presence of fiber. This is the TS and below image is the LS. Here you can see a red color which indicates the phloem fiber. So this is all about the complex permanent tissues. I hope you understood the topic. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you.